are truly the most insufferable fellow I have ever had the misfortune to count among my acquaintances. Mr. Dickens was right. Foul weather wouldn't know where to have you.
Foul weather? Bah! I have always been convinced that existing influences were responsible for the ordained birth of species.
Let me remind you, sir, that you have accused me of abusing science, yet you are making my very ears bleed.
You wound me, sir.
Will you, Mr. Owen, for once in your miserable life, tell the truth and admit your guilt in this matter?
I have told you before, sir, I had nothing to do with that anonymous article. Nothing, I say.
That is a lie, sir. And you know it.
Bah, I don't have time for this nonsense.
Nonsense? It is my name and reputation you have willfully besmirched, sir. My very name.
Bah! Drive, damn you, drive!
That is Richard Owen, a vile, despicable wretch of a man.
Really? I could have sworn you were close friends.
Mr. Owen works at the asylum. He will know who made the syrup. Get him! Get him!
Faster, you nitwit! Faster! Hurry up, Mr. Wright!
None at all?
Bah! If you're trying to intimidate me, Ruffian, you're wasting your time!
I've always wondered how much of a beating this type of vehicle could take.
Yeah! How does this feel? Yeah! Yeah!
Yeah, I just have a few questions for you, sir.
I will not give in!
What about Starrick's soothing syrup?
Soothing syrup? Why would a scientist have any interest in panaceas?
I wager your life, Mr. Owen, that you know something.
Stop! I'm telling you, I do not know a thing! I swear! Nor have I involved, nor have I ever been involved with anyone selling medicated medicine!
There may be some truth to that, but you do know who created it. Tell me!
I will not utter a word of it!
Next stop, the River Thames. Better speak now, old man.
Stop! For pity's sake, stop, and I will tell you everything I know! Dr. Elliot! Dr. John Elliotson! He formulated the elixir! He's the man you want! Not me! I beg you, good sir! Stop this madness!
Now, was that so hard?
Yes!
I trust that you had a productive meeting with Mr. Owen.
Oh, yes, we had the most wonderful chat. I found out the man behind Starrick's soothing syrup is John Elliotson.
Dr. Elliotson, I haven't heard that name in a long while. He was a brilliant heart specialist until he became obsessed with phrenology and mesmerism. It ruined his career. Well, how shall we proceed?
Oh, with all respect, Mr. Darwin, I believe I should proceed alone. After all, we wouldn't want to attract any unwanted attention.
Sounds very wise. Good luck, my boy. Oh, and Mr. Fry, should you find yourself with any free time, please do call on me.
How's everything, sir?
Mr. Fry, glad you're still with us. I'm your man if you need me.
Fetch him out! Get the bastards! Sir, what are you doing here? Come on! Intruder! Come on then if you got the guts! I'll take you a lesson.
Where would I find the doctor?
Trespasser! Stop him!
I'll behave, still, this is London.
Where do you think you're going? Don't want to die! Just let me go!
I need to leave. Now.
You gotta let me live!
Ah.
As you've just witnessed, the application of too much pressure can sometimes result in unexpected outcomes. Unfortunately, it appears I've ruined the organ. Send up a cadaver.
At once, Dr. Elliotson.
I don't care about your ethics. And I care even less about your damn patients. Now hand over your keys.
What are you doing?
Haven't you heard? You're fired. Now bugger off.
How to do it.
Hold it!
Undesirable propensities which were wholly suppressed by the use of the sword.
He looks suspect, to say the least.
Shocking. Utterly shocking.
We have an intruder! This is gonna
Doesn't matter. No one will miss me.
Not much of a hiding spot if we can see him.
teach this clot a lesson. You're done for! Someone should alert the authorities, shouldn't they? What he's up to? Some of us have to work instead of playing pranks. Get the bastard!
For instance, this specimen is overdeveloped organs found on either side of the lower back of its head. The protuberance is previously measured established.
Testing a few of these. Get the intruder!
You have just witnessed his
Where do you think you're going? You'll regret that.
Grandmaster Starrick warned us about you, assassin. Your presence in London has not gone unnoticed. Grandmaster. At last it ends. Yet I can only think of beginnings. A better tomorrow. Forged with the blood of visionaries.
All I see is the blood of a lunatic.
Do you truly believe murdering an old man will stop humanity's great architect? Crawford Starrick has a glorious design for mankind.
Designs are meant to be broken.
You're a child. A child who believes it can solve all the world's woes with a flick of a blade. Have you ever pondered the consequences of your actions, Jacob Fry? Or did your father teach you nothing?
My God! You think he's all right?
Don't rip it! That's the key! Take out the seeds.
Elliotson expired, and soothing syrup production has ceased. Outrageous!
Fry intends to endanger all of London at the hands of the mob.
Or perhaps he doesn't intend much of anything at all.
Thank
but
you.
simply content to dice with our lives.
The asylum is shut up. Medical care throughout the city is in disarray. He cannot understand the consequences of his actions. The man is clearly an anarchist!
Gentlemen. This tea was brought to me from India. By a ship. Then up from the harbor, to a factory, where it was packaged and ferried by carriage to my door, unpacked in the larder and brought upstairs to me. All by men and women who work for me, who are indebted to me, Crawford Starrick, for their jobs, the time, the very lives they lead. They will work in my factories, and so too shall their children. And you come to me with talk of this Jacob Fry, this insignificant blemish who calls himself assassin? You disrespect the very city that works day and night so that we may drink this miracle, this tea.
I'm nearing the end of my research. Our beloved London shall not suffer such a bothersome fool for much longer.
What of the sister I've heard of, Miss Fry?
Miss Fry shall be gutted. Soon enough. Delicious.
Sorry to interrupt, Initiate. Thought you'd like to know that Sean and Rebecca got away from Otzoberg. Berg runs a unit called Sigma Team. Violet DaCosta is his tech support. They've been hunting and killing assassins for a long time. Thank God you're all right.
Oh, tish tosh. It'll take more than a Templar super soldier to end the glorious saga of Sean Danger Hastings.
I was talking to Rebecca.
Right. Anyway, Berg's presence confirms it. The Peace of Eden is in London.
The Initiate's data sync suggests it's the Shroud.
The Templars seem to want it pretty bad all of a sudden. They must know something we don't.
The only thing we know is that we can't go up against Sigma Team alone.
Leave that to me. In the meantime, keep a low profile. Let the Initiate continue to sync the data.
Owning the railway wasn't enough. Now Starrick has bought an omnibus company as well. I suppose he wants to control the neighborhood's workers and keep them under his thumb.
Pearl Attaway is Starrick's competitor, is she? Perhaps it's time I went into business.
And Miss Fry, what are your plans?
I studied the history we recovered from the Kenway Mansion's hidden room. I'm off to a certain monument